Hello everybody, BeMetalways here, welcome back. I'm really sorry for the delay in releasing videos. I'm very busy at my actual work and also rethinking the channel and how to put content that will be valuable for all of you. With that on the side, I want to talk about Iron Maiden and the new, well, it's not new anymore, but it's just my turn to see the Future Past tour only happened last week, and I want to talk about it. And I also want to refer back to the predictions video I did 9 months ago, which is the most successful video in this channel. Now, what's important to notice is that I managed to keep a secret the set list until the day of the concert. So I was there as if this would be the first concert of the tour. I only knew about 2 songs that were in the set list because I was spoiled by a couple of posts on YouTube. So let's get to it. First of all, it was amazing. For me, this was the 15th time I saw Maiden live and definitely one of the top 2 of my entire life. I loved it. Somewhere in Time is my favorite Iron Maiden album, pretty much head to head with Seventh Son, and I really like Senjutsu as well. So this was a perfect concert, almost perfect. I'll get back to that. I thought the production was really good, a little bit more down to earth than Legacy of the Beast, with all the clothes changing and the scenarios. So it was more a little bit lower cost production with the set not changing too much, which for me it's totally fine because there were 3 I think Eddies that entered the stage, Stranger in Strangeland, which was probably the same as the one on Heaven Can't Wait, if I'm not mistaken. So the Cyborg Eddie from Somewhere in Time, very good doll, whatever you want to call it. I mean, very well done. I mean, if you compare to the Eddies on the 80s that would be on stage, I mean, this is really top-notch production in terms of the character on stage. And then, of course, the Senjutsu one was really amazing, really looked like the cover of the album. Now, we talked about the set list, so spoilers ahead. If you're like me and haven't been to the concert yet and want to keep it a surprise, we're gonna go into the details of the set list. As we predicted, and many of you in the comments, they opened with a cut Somewhere in Time, and I've always liked this song so much, but seeing live, and being the first song, it was really amazing. I think I cried a little bit, certainly a lot of goosebumps. It was really amazing. I didn't expect them to jump in Stranger in the Strangeland right after, but we did predict that this song would be there. I think that was pretty clear, and it was a very, very powerful way to start the concert. Bruce was top-notch. The musicians were comfortable. I mean, this is already quite late on the tour, so I saw some videos from the first concerts. There were a little bit more mistakes there, but at least live, I didn't notice anything like that. And then the third song was a surprise compared to the original video that I posted, but I must say that I was already expecting the Writing on the Wall to be on the set list after reading a little bit more, after I recorded the video, reading a little bit more and about the news on the album and also the discussions on my video. It was clear to me that Writing on the Wall has been very successful and very well accepted by a broad part of the fan base, and that they would put it in there. From my predictions, what was taken out, let's say, it's the Parchment, which from the beginning I said that there was a very high risk that they wouldn't put the Parchment there just because it's very long. But not only actually, because they can play a 13-minute song. I mean, they have played the Rime of the Ancient Mariner and etc. But I also heard some interviews from Bruce later on that the song is really complex for them to play. They even had to record in pieces. And if you think about it, he's obviously right, because I think there's no repetition of any sentence in the lyrics. So it's an incredibly long lyric for anyone to memorize. So and it would take a lot of time. So they took that out and replaced with the writing on the wall and probably one of the older songs that they played as well. The Time Machine, as predict. Oh, sorry. First was the Days of Future Past, which I predicted as well would be very early on the set list. I thought it would be even earlier, potentially an opener. But number 4, it was a good fit. So he talks about the tour, and then at the end of the song, and that he bridges into the Time Machine, which we also predicted would be there. It made all the sense, and it was really cool backdrop with the like a variation of Wasted Years Wasted Years single cover with a lot of numbers there. So I was immediately figuring out what the numbers were. So I could see immediately that the three dates there were the when Iron Maiden was founded by Steve Harris in the Christmas of '75. Then you had the date of the launch of Senjutsu and the date of the launch of Somewhere in Time. And then I saw 1.1 and I said, oh my God, this is Gigawatts from Back to the Future. So it was pretty cool that he not only was there, but he also uses it in his speech before the song. Song number 6 was a big surprise and welcomed surprise for me, which was The Prisoner. I loved that inclusion. I did not expect that at all. I expected the Number of the Beast would be played, so I really welcomed the fact that they replaced the Number of the Beast that they have played so much with The Prisoner, which is another great song from that album. I even mentioned in my prediction video that I would hope they would not play the Number of the Beast, but I thought they would. So very, very good surprise and welcome surprise from my side. Then they went to Death of the Celts, which was also my prediction. Amazing song. It's becoming one of my favorite Iron Maiden songs, at least from after the 80s. Then the other surprise for me that I didn't see coming at all was Can I Play with Madness, which I think was they were able to include by cutting or not playing the parchment. So instead of the parchment, if you compare to my prediction, I replaced the parchment with the writing on the wall and Can I Play with Madness. Very welcome surprise there. It's a short song, powerful song, very nice. Then they went into Heaven Can't Wait, which was also in the prediction. It was very well received. People went nuts around me from this one as well. This one has been played a little bit more than some of the other songs on this album from Somewhere in Time. And, if you watch some of the videos on YouTube from this song, you can see that the bridge part, like Take My Hand, people just go nuts. It's such an unbelievable and powerful bridge. And then singing along the oh part, it's just amazing. And then finally, they gave us what we were all waiting, and this was one of the things that unfortunately was spoiled, because I saw immediately after the first concert the post Alexander the Great being played live for the first time ever. This was obviously a moment of almost tears, huge goosebumps, and one of the best live moments of my life going to concerts. Then, of course, they played Fear of the Dark and Iron Maiden, which to me was a moment to breathe a little bit because I'm sick and tired of listening to those two songs live. But the crowd really enjoys it, so I cannot blame them for playing it. Then one of my big hopes was to hear in the encore Hell on Earth. I knew that they would put an epic on the encore. I thought first that could be Parchment, but it was Hell on Earth. I bought a t-shirt with the two best songs on the set, Alexander the Great and Hell on Earth on the back. and it was just amazing. It was funny because I looked to a friend and I said, "Did they shorten the song because it's almost it's like 11 minutes and it felt that it went so quickly." That's how amazing I feel about this song. And then we could expect, and I predict correctly, that they would play the Trooper and Wasted Years at the encore as well. So overall, amazing show, great performance. I loved it. As I said, the only thing that I would skip would be a Fear of the Dark and Iron Maiden if they had played, I don't know anything, 22 Acacia Avenue, or even Hello Be the Name instead of Fear of the Dark, and maybe Total Eclipse instead of Iron Maiden. But that's of course not, it will never happen. They will always play Fear of the Dark and Iron Maiden in every single concert until the band is over. So no hopes there. Other than that, was perfect. Amazing choices for Somewhere in Time album. It would have to me, they could have played the whole album. Sea of Madness would be great, Deja Vu, and Long Distance Runner. But, choices had to be made, and I think they did the best to have a set list that appealed to the diehard fans, to the older fans, and the newer fans as well. So kudos for them for, really making something amazing for all of us. And I hope they can hold on for a little bit longer and give us more albums and tours, but it's getting difficult. You can see on stage that the guys are aging like everyone, but obviously you can see them. Nico, if you look at some videos, he has made some mistakes, people have noticed, but the guy's freaking 71 years old and playing a 2-hour concert, heavy metal concert with a lot of difficult drum parts, so we cannot blame him for that. And but overall, amazing show, and I would have liked to have seen more than once on this tour, but unfortunately now to find tickets is almost impossible. All right, so thanks for being here, for listening. I will try to come with content more often and get back on track after the summer break. So let's see how that goes. If you have ideas for content and things different that I can do differently, please let me know in the comments. And BeMetalways!